so actually I've been working on the car for a little while. So even though this is the first tape, there is some tape that will come after it that I actually recorded before this. But I figured the best thing to do first is give an introduction to the car. It's a 73 Nova hatchback. Bought it from a guy down in Fort Collins. Had 36,000 miles on it. When about 10 years ago, his son was going to turn it into a drag car, which had been perfect. But as things are, life got in the way. He was unable to complete it. So basically, his dad said either do it or sell it. So we bought it from them. He had done the paint work on it and just loved that color. It's a beautiful, beautiful paint job. The interior, this was originally a light blue car. The interior pieces were a kind of a light blue, and what we did was clean them off and then used some black Krylon Fusion, and it worked just great. We got all these panels painted, and as a secondary color we started using this charcoal gray, and so what isn't going to be black will probably be this color. The dash was a bit of a challenge because it was going to be a drag car. He had taken it and cut the dash panel out so that he could fit a flat aluminum panel that was going to work great for the gauges and switches and so forth, but wasn't going to work for this application. So I found a donor car and we got this dash panel replaced, and I think it came out pretty well. This is that secondary charcoal gray color, and then what we did was put a matte finish on it, and so we'll try to get some protection for that. The headliner is new. We did this something a couple of weeks ago. I think this came out just really, really well. Got a new dome light for it. Again, all these trim pieces were painted black. The front bench seat just wasn't going to work, aside from that it was rotted out. Just wasn't very cool. So I got a couple of seats out of an '06 Sebring convertible, and I have since made brackets for it. And these brackets will bolt in to where the old seat belt used to bolt in. And what's kind of nice about it being a convertible is that these seat belts are integrated into the seat, so it doesn't really interfere with the finish of the car. We got new carpet for it. We've installed a painless wiring harness. We've already got the rear harness run to the back. That'll be the dash harness there. There's our front harness, engine harness. The engine that I plan to put in this is a 383 stroker. We're looking at maybe 375 horse, maybe a little more if we find the right one. Going to put a 204R behind it, something that's been built up to a little better condition than when they were stock. This car has manual brakes and power steering. We replaced the master cylinder, we replaced all the slave cylinders, replaced the hoses, and it will stop this car. I have no doubt that this will be plenty of brake. I know there's some folks out there who say I ought to be putting disc brakes on the front here, but if this were a much heavier car, I might consider that. But it's a fairly light car, and I don't think we're going to have any issues with that. This is a new seat cover for the back seat. That's for the seat right there. There's the foam. There's the new back. And then this is the panel. That's the back of the back seat. I've already replaced this weather strip to try to keep some of the water out of the hatchback. Now I'll try to follow this up with some other video. I don't want to bore you too much, but I just kind of wanted to let everybody see what we were going to do and what it was going to take to get it done. And so, stay tuned.